What's up, guys? Skull here. Today we are going to be not actually playing any game, but we are going to be talking about my evil team organization. Now, evil teams are, as some people say, they're a nuisance. I, on the other hand, think they're pretty cool. And this video was originally thought of by Birdkeeper Toby. He's a YouTuber that I've watched for a long time, and I really respect him. He's been really inspirational for me. Gave me the idea for this video, and if you guys, and I guess this is sort of a tag, but not really, in my opinion, is it a tag? Because he didn't really tag me, but I'm doing this video just because he said, feel free to make your videos in the comments below. So if you guys start saying, are you kidding me, you stole his video idea, you loser, Skullwalk, just delete yourself from YouTube, then in response, I say that he told his viewers to make their own videos. So I am. So I get to make it. Ha 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 ha. And I did steal that joke from Arizo. Don't sue me. I know him too. Guys, my evil team would be known as Team Explosion, or maybe Explosion. Either way, Team Explosion would be a team trying to capture Heatran or Manaphy, depending on which game you're playing. Maybe, Team, Fire Explosion or Water Explosion. In which they are trying to use the power of either Heatran or Manaphy to use some sort of explosion on the world. Manaphy, they would believe, would be able to make a sort of water bomb, or like use the power of waves to like pretty much set off explosions on the land that they'd plant. And Heatran, they believe, could make volcanic explosions and eruptions, which they both could. And I believe that as a team leader, what would happen is they would see me. What would happen is, as you, the hero of the game, would be walking along the street. The first time you'd encounter one would be two grunts on the street, yelling at construction workers. And you'd walk over and they'd say, hey man, are you gonna ever tear down this building, or are we gonna have to blow it up for you? And in response, the construction workers would say, we put millions of dollars into these buildings. We are not going to just tear them down, or let you do it. And what are you gonna do about it? Another grunt would say, the second one. And the construction worker said, we may not have Pokemon, but that young fellow looks like he might help us. And there, he said, and there it would be you who could select two options. There he would be like, nah, they don't seem worth my time, which would make them angry, and would make them send out their explosive Pokemon first. Or, alright, then let's do this. Or, which would make them send out their second Pokemon first. They would have their Explosion Pokemon as their ace, just like every member of Team Explosion. They would have their Explosion Pokemon as their ace. Before that, they would usually send out a random, like, Poison or Dark-type Pokemon. And I am no different. I am a short-tempered guy who, the first time you encounter me, is after you hear explosions. Much later in the game, around midway through the game, you hear explosions going off, and you see on the field there are on what seems to be a Pokemon training grounds, a bunch of Team Explosion members who are using their various Voltorbs and Electrodes to blow up there. And a lot of you might be saying, ugh, Explosion? It's a move that takes out your Pokemon and their Pokemon. It's so weak and dumb, I hate it. And to you, I say, once again, it has a 250 power. I think your Pokemon fainting is worth it. And when you get there, you would have to battle through multiple trainers, and then at the end, you would see me with my arm, with my, with me standing in a very angry way, looking at you and saying, "Why, hello there. As you can see, I'm a short-tempered man, and I don't like to talk. What I do like to do, though, is beat up bratty kids, or maybe I wouldn't say beat up, maybe I'd say, like, maybe take down bratty kids who like to interfere with Team Explosion's plans." And then he would send out his first Pokemon, Houndoom. And actually, no, what am I saying? Not Houndoom. He would send out his first Pokemon, Nidoking. And Nidoking would be carrying Earthquake, Poison Jab, Double Kick, and Horn Drill. Or, like, whatever, Horn Attack, or whatever the one-hit KO Horn move is. And you might be saying, wait, does he only have that one? And no. If you chose a water starter and were able to easily defeat that guy, and even if you didn't choose a water starter, and you were able to defeat Nidoking, then next I would send out my second Pokemon, Incineroar, who is my favorite Pokemon, and would always be on even levels with my Pokemon, that new Explosion. And he would know Flare Blitz, and Darkness Lyrat, and whatever else the developers would seem appropriate for around mid-game Incineroar. After you defeat my Incineroar, then I would send out my ace, my Electrode, or maybe Magnezone or something. Maybe for better type coverage, Magnezone. But after you do that, maybe the game developers would be like, okay, maybe this guy needs a little more challenge. So maybe my character would use a Thunder Wave or Thunderbolt before using Explosion. Either way, let's say you defeat me, because you're really tough. And you're determined to take down Team Explosion. And after you defeat me, I would go into a rage. And after that, a man would put his hand on my shoulder and say, "Calm down there, boss." And then after that, a helicopter would fly in, and they'd all get on it and leave. Next time you would encounter Team Explosion would be the actual last time you encounter Team Explosion. It would be when you're going to challenge the Elite Four. You're going to challenge the Elite Four after you get all your badges, or whatever it is in that region, and you're like, Team Explosion, guys, did I really beat them that bad? They were so easy. And to that I tell you, well, let's say, I don't know, maybe you're going to the, wherever the Elite Four place is, and before there's a man blocking your path, and he says, "I'm sorry, good sir, but all the Elite Four members currently, and Champion, are out right now, dealing with some Team Explosion thugs." And if you ask where they are, then he would give you directions. And there, you would see the Team Explosion home base. And there is where you encounter a bunch of Team Explosion grunts and admins. The 4 admins being, well, one of them being a boy that I know named Jax Drew. He's a cool guy, and I've known him for a few years now, and he doesn't make videos, but I know him. Second would be the boss, or whatever, or the boss Petronelli, as he used to be called, but he stopped uploading a while ago. And not the RCD, and the HBG, who is my friend that I've known for a while. And there we would all be blocking, and then those 3, and then the 4th slot would be, well, one of you, Team Skull Admin. If you guys comment down below, Team Explosion Admin, sorry. If you guys comment down below, Team Explosion, Admin, Scientist, or Grunt, you will be assigned that position. Not really, but it'd be cool if you guys could, like, just say that, and we'd maybe get, like, a little roleplay going down there, either way. And when we're there, While we're there, I must once again give credit to Birdkeeper Toby for coming up with this video. But I'm not done yet. After that happens, you'd battle me. But before you do, you see either I'm at the ocean, where I hold a blue ring in my hand, or I'm at the a volcano where I'm holding a red ring. And with that, I'd push my hand out, and then just do like a clenching motion with my hand. And with that, the legendary Pokemon, either Manaphy or Heatran, would appear. With the immense power, multiple explosions would occur around. And when there, you will be launched into a battle with me. And before the match, I will say, if you want to keep meddling, kid, then you're gonna have to beat me to get to the legendary. And the battle begins. And when the battle starts, I will once again send out my Nidoking first. But let's say you were able to defeat that. Next up, I say, I've added some diversity, and I send out Drapion. Let's say you take out that too. Next up, I send out another dark type. I'm not sure which one currently. Maybe, actually, I might not be a dark type. Maybe Gengar, or Salazzle or something, or one of them. So, I send out that next Pokemon. That adds me up to 3. Next up, I say, you're pretty good for a kid, so let me show you some power. Next up, I will send in maybe a specific Pokemon that would make sense for me to have. Maybe a Pokemon that would counter it. So maybe like if I'm trying to battle Heatran and you interfered, then I'd have a sort of water Pokemon, maybe like Lapras or something. And if I was trying to battle Fion, maybe I'd have a grass type, so I already had an electric type in Electrode, or the other one, which Magnezone. So after you defeat that, then I would send in Incineroar. And once again, he's just as tough as you remember, actually much more. But let's say you're somehow able to defeat him too. Then I finally send out my Electrode. And at this point, you're maybe like, okay, all I have to do is protect and I'll win this. But no. Actually, Electrode will know either Thunder Wave or Thunderbolt, or maybe both, along with Explosion. And we'll do that first turn to know, so you would waste your Protect, and he would then use Explosion, hoping to take you out with him. And with that, if you were able to defeat me before I was able to do that, well then, you didn't actually beat me. All you did was take out my Electrode. And then finally, I send out one more Pokemon. And I say, I'm not too proud of this last one, but it's pretty strong. And I send out I will send out the starter that you did not pick, or your rival. Kinda like Kukui. So I send it out, and if you defeat that, then congrats. You beat Team Explosion. Good job. It was well fought. And then he says, I can't believe I lost to a kid. And then that same guy, who you now know to be Jack Strew, puts his hand on my shoulder again and says, you lost fair and square. And then a black screen goes, and your Pokemon are healed up. And he says, and I say, thanks for the good match, kid. Maybe it's time I do something more, and then just use explosions and destroy the land. Alright, everyone! And I'll shout to all members of Team Explosion. As of this point in time, Team Explosion is disbanded, at least for now. And he looks at you and says, don't think we won't come back, kid. But he doesn't say it in a menacing way. He says it in a way that seems like a challenge. And maybe this will like pop up in quotation marks or something. And with that, a black screen will go and they'll be gone. After that, the legendary Pokemon, either Manaphy or Heatran, will battle you. And if you're able to catch them, well, good job. If in post-game, you'll probably be able to catch the other one through some special method, but, well, congrats. You beat the evil Team Explosion. And that, guys, is what my Pokemon team, or not team, my evil team organization would be. Now, don't forget to do hashtag Team Explosion Scientist, Team Explosion Grunt, or Team Explosion Admin down below. And if I see it, then, well, congrats. I'll like the comment, and I'll shout you out in my next video. See you guys next time. Wait 1 second, guys. Actually need to. Alright, there we go. Bye, guys.